When I was a girl, I read biographies of Bernhardt and Duse, stories of how when they appeared in plays, admirers covered the stage with roses. Oh, young men followed them home chanting their names. It seemed to me like a wonderful way to live. I imagined my life in theater would be one long, exciting, beautiful moment. I believe in artistic values, ethics, aesthetics, just as Stanislavski did. I thought theater would be one big, loving, artistic family where the only thing that mattered was art. But the theater isn't anything like that. Acting is one big family, all right, only it's more like the mafia than the Waltons. There's always a lot of kissy face and huggy poo in theater. That's so you can do a quick frisk for weapons. I wasn't prepared for a life in theater. I never had guerrilla warfare training. Still, there is nothing like it. And unless you've done it, you'll never understand why others do. I studied drama in New York and London. I have years of training in the classics. I thought I'd be playing Antigone, Cordelia, or some Trojan woman. Instead, I'm the lead vampire in Dracula Revisited. Well, it was easy for you, Mumsy. I mean, you met Dad, fell in love, got married, and lived happily ever after, just like in the fairy tales.
Oh, Lucy, darling, your father and I have had our problems.
What? What problems? Name one problem, a major big one. Go ahead, name one.
Well, I can't think of one at the moment, but I'm sure they're there somewhere, our problems. It's just you're putting me on the spot like this. I can't think straight. Give me a minute. I know we've had our problems in the past, at least several times.
See? You and Dad act like you just met a few days ago. You still hold hands in public, for heaven's sake, even after all these years.
Well, if it embarrasses you, I suppose we could stop holding hands.
How am I ever going to become an artist coming from a functional family like ours? You pretty much got everything you wanted.
Yes, I did. But I don't think I ever wanted as much as you do. You're always reaching for the sun and the moon and stardom. I only wanted to be loved.
Only?
I know how lucky I am. Your father's such a sweet combination of Francis of Assisi and Ricardo Montalban.
You know, just meeting somebody nice is next to impossible these days. Actors aren't interested in getting married. Actors are interested in actors. Well, I don't think I'm interested in getting married, at least not for a terribly long time.
No, not too terribly, I hope. Lucy, life is a journey, hopefully a long road.
Oh, yes, well, how come you're on a main highway in a Mercedes and I'm all alone on a mule in the forest? I mean, you and Dad don't even argue.
That's not so. Don't you remember 2 years ago, your father wanted to go to Spain and I wanted to go to Italy? You were there at the dinner table at the time.
Disagreeing politely over travel plans every 2 years doesn't count. I'm talking about a real humdinger, a knockdown, drag-out fight. A real argument where two people actually yell at one another.
If I recall, your father raised his voice.
An octave or two.
Lucy, are you angry with your father and me for being happy together?
No. Jealous. All my relationships end the same way. Christmas cards instead of wedding bells. I mean, it really is as though your marriage truly was made in heaven, and you were put down here simply to embarrass other couples.
Well, I'd rather not think that's so, that my mission in life is to annoy other people.
Well, I don't know, Mumsy. I don't seem to be lucky in love. I mean, I meet someone I can really care about, and after 3 dates, he mentions in passing that he's married.
Ask before the first date.
What if he's married?
It's a fair question.
I guess.
Oh, Lucy, darling, you'll meet someone and he'll be the right one for you, and when you meet him, you'll know he's the right one.
Well, how will I know?
You'll know.
How will I know he's the one?
Well, a little bell will go off.
A little bell.
Yes,
A little
exactly.
dinner bell?
Yeah, a little dinner bell. A tingly little bell somewhere inside you, your heart or soul, one of those places. That's how it was for me the first time I saw your father. I don't know if it'll be the same for you. I don't know if these things are hereditary.
Ah, I'm ready for blood.
One kiss, and you'll be mine forever. One kiss, and you will be mine forever. One kiss, and you will be mine forever. One kiss, and you'll be mine forever. Stanislavski always said never to practice your lines without your scene partner present, but that instruction, I imagine, was meant for ordinary mortals, not vampires.
Oh, I'm an actress.
Playing the part of someone who knows how to drive?
I know it was my fault.
Right. That's the rule.
Yeah, no matter what stupid thing the driver of the car in front might have done, but I know it really was my fault. I wasn't concentrating. I was running lines.
You ran into me.
Yeah, I was on my way to the theater.
Well, I was on my way to band practice.
You're a musician.
Sometimes.
What kind of music?
Jazz?
Contemporary?
Traditional.
I love traditional. What kind of instrument do you play?
Jazz guitar.
Look, I'm really sorry. I'm sure that my insurance will cover any kind of... Well, there doesn't seem to be a lot of damage, and I'm in a hurry.
I noticed.
You're a doctor?
Psychologist. Many of my clients are actors.
What's that supposed to mean? Listen, Dr.
John.
Lucy.
I find actors intriguing. All those identity issues.
Where is that darn wallet? I know it's in here. Do you think we really need to call the police?
Only if you're planning a crime.
Very funny. Anyway, what identity issues?
Most people spend years searching for their true identity. Actors lose theirs on purpose.
We don't lose our identities. We fuse them with the character we're playing, and new life is born on stage.
A boy or a girl?
I have to get to the theater. John,
Yes?
are you married?
That's how it was for me the first time I saw your father. I don't know if it'll be the same for you. I don't know if these things are hereditary.
One kiss, and you'll be mine forever. One kiss, and you will be mine forever. One kiss, and you will be mine forever. One kiss, and you'll be mine forever. Stanislavski always said never to practice your lines without your scene partner present, but that instruction, I imagine, was meant for ordinary mortals, not vampires.
I'm an actress.
Playing the part of someone who knows how to drive?
Oh, I know it was my fault.
It's always the fault of the person who runs in the car in front of them. It's the rule.
Yeah, no matter what stupid thing the driver in the front car might do. But look, I know it was my fault. I really wasn't concentrating. I was running lines.
You're right.
I'm sorry. I'm sure that my insurance company will cover any kind of... There really doesn't appear to be much damage, and I really am in a hurry.
Yeah, I can tell.
Oh, you're a doctor.
A psychologist. You know, many of my clients are actors.
What's that supposed to mean? Look, doctor.
John.
Lucy.
You know, I find actors intriguing. All those identity issues.
That darn wallet. I know it's in here. Do you really think that we have to call the police? What identity issues?
You know, most people spend most of their lives searching for their true identities. Actors lose theirs on purpose.
We really don't lose them. We fuse them with the character that we're playing on stage, and a new life is born.
Oh, really? A boy or a girl?
Look, I have to get to you. John,
Yes?
are you married?
The sun slowly rests its weary head upon the mountain shoulders as night begins to fall, and the sounds of the day quickly fade away to solitude that comforts me and stills my restless mind. And I know the time is near when I must leave it all behind and return to the city with memories of this time, of the place I love so. I love it so. Looking forward to when I return once again and reach for the sun. I'll return once again and I'll reach for the sun.
Hey, boys and girls, it's story time!
Today's story is The Family Tree.
Many years ago, in a quiet forest, lived the Sycamore family. Grandfather Sycamore was one of the oldest and tallest trees in the forest. He had been there for over 100 years. Grandmother Sycamore had been standing at his side for 90 years. Even though they were surrounded by other family trees, it was obvious that they were the favorites among the birds in the forest. Grandmother would feed them with seeds from her branches. As she fed them, the birds sang songs that were enjoyed by all of the other family trees in the forest. Grandmother and Grandfather Sycamore had a son who towered high into the forest sky, just like his father. His wife was at his side, though she was not quite as tall. Even still, she stretched into the sky. They had 2 children, a son and a daughter, and though their parents were much taller, the kids were growing fast. Then one morning, without any warning, everything changed in the forest forever, when 3 men entered and began to nail signs on some of the trees. One of the signs was nailed right into the heart of Grandfather Sycamore's trunk.
Father, are you all right?
Asked his son.
I'm fine. It's just a splinter, son.
Grandfather, what are they doing?
His grandson asked.
Beats me, Junior.
But grandfather knew exactly what the men were doing. It was not good news for his family or the other family trees in the forest. Yet grandfather believed that his silence would allow his family a few peaceful days before the inevitable. The forest had survived for thousands of years, but what about the birds and all of the other animals who had made these woods their home? Where would they go? What would they do? A nervous silence was unmistakable in the forest the next morning. Grandfather Birch, the head of a neighboring family tree, began to speak out abruptly. His words were so loud that all the family trees could hear what he was saying.
You can remain silent. If that is what you wish. Ignore it. If that is what you choose. I refuse to do either.